It's 1983, video games are everywhere. Atari dominates living rooms across America. Pac-Man, Space Invaders, Asteroids, these aren't just games anymore, they're pop culture icons. It felt like the golden age of gaming would last forever, but within just 2 years, the entire industry would collapse. Retailers stopped selling, players stopped buying, and what was once a booming market suddenly went silent. This is the story of the great video game crash, the moment the gaming world almost disappeared.
Star Wars. It's great in the arcade. Whoa! TIE fighters! Fireballs! Coming right at me! Watch the laser towers! Aim for the tops! Pick on the cow!
In the early 1980s, everyone wanted a piece of the video game pie. Atari's success inspired hundreds of new companies to jump in. Toy makers, electronics brands, even unknown startups all started producing consoles and cartridges. The problem? There were no quality standards. Anyone could make a game and sell it. The market was flooded with cheap, low-effort titles. Dozens of clones, endless knockoffs, and games that barely worked. Players were excited at first, but disappointment kept piling up. And then came the game that would become the ultimate symbol of everything wrong with the industry.
This is the Power Rangers! Watch it, buddy! Yes! It's the Atari! Sega, see me wrong! New Nintendo! Not too big.
In 1982, E.T. the Extraterrestrial was the biggest movie in the world. Atari wanted to cash in fast. They paid over $20 million for the rights and gave the developer only 5 weeks to make the entire game. The result, a confusing, unfinished mess. Players kept falling into pits, wandering aimlessly with no idea what to do. Millions of copies were produced, but most of them were returned. Atari reportedly buried the unsold cartridges in a landfill in New Mexico, literally. While E.T. wasn't the only reason the industry collapsed, it became the face of the disaster, a warning of what happens when greed replaces creativity.
The E.T. game, described as one of the worst video games ever made, was so bad that Atari gave up trying to sell them and, according to the story, shipped 1 million or more copies to the Alamogordo dump.
By 1983, gamers had lost faith. People felt scammed, paying full price for broken games. Retailers were drowning in unsold inventory, and major chains like Sears and Walmart refused to stock new titles. Prices crashed. A $40 cartridge could drop to just $5 or even less. Game sales in the US fell by nearly 97% in 1 year. Companies like Atari, Mattel, and Coleco lost billions. The media called it the death of video games. And for a moment, it really looked like the end. But across the ocean, in Japan, a small company had a different vision. In 1983, Nintendo released the Family Computer, or Famicom. It was stable, affordable, and most importantly, had games that actually worked. Titles like Super Mario Bros. And The Legend of Zelda set a new standard for what video games could be.
ファミリーコンピュータの楽しいカセット情報。シングルス、ダブルスの本格テニスをコンピュータと技比べ。さらにゴルフ、光線銃など面白カセットどんどん登場。
When Nintendo brought their system to America in 1985, they renamed it the Nintendo Entertainment System, or NES, and carefully avoided calling it a video game console. They marketed it as a home entertainment system, complete with the ROB robot and strict quality control. Slowly, trust returned. Families started buying again. The gaming industry was reborn.
All-time best-selling video game on the market under the Nintendo label. And it must be pretty good for someone to want to spend all of one night and 5 days doing nothing but trying to rescue a princess from hundreds of bad guys, including cereal, clothes, and scores of other trinkets. It's a fad that at this point knows no limit.
From total collapse came a new beginning. Nintendo didn't just save gaming, they reinvented it. And from that rebirth came the modern gaming world we know today. So next time you power up your console, remember this: the entire video game industry once stood on the edge of extinction. Without the great video game crash, we might never have known Super Mario, Zelda, or the world of gaming as we know it today. If you love gaming history, follow for more stories like this from the rise, fall, and rebirth of the video game world.